Top. We are in the building. What's going on, fellas? Everybody, how y'all doing today?
What up? Doing great.
What's up? Y'all know we got to start off by shouting out the chat. I see Riley Anthony in here, Mike Feasel, Chris Tiger Harris. Shout out to everybody who already showed up. Let's go ahead and get everybody introduced, starting off with Bryan.
Yes, sir.
What's going on and what you got coming on the channel right now?
Yes, sir, man. Just Bryan on YouTube. Y'all can find me there for wrestling game content, news, all that, man. Y'all could go on ahead and check me out.
All right. Next up, we got Kero.
That's right. It's me. It's Kero the GOAT. I do a lot of wrestling content, a lot of Star Citizen content nowadays. GTA 6 coming your way. Everything you can think of that I'm passionate about, you can see in my channel. Again, Kero the GOAT. And on Instagram, I am Kero Zero. So go ahead and find me if you will.
All right. Next up, we got Loaded.
What's going on, guys? I'm gonna get to Fortnite eventually this week. So yeah, check out my channel, Loaded as a Beast, on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. It's just follow me on all socials. It's the same name. So there you go. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, or X.
Whatever they
Not
want
known
to
as
call it
X.
these days, right?
Yeah.
Then we got Mr.Dubbs.
What's up, everybody? You can find me at Mr._Dubbs on YouTube or Mr.Dubbs86 on Twitter. Thank you to everybody who joined me for the watch along yesterday and checked us out on Off the Top for our reactions afterwards.
All right. And then we got Clint.
What's up, guys? You could find me on Stryzer Tube Wrestling or on Twitter at Stryzer STU.
All right, and I forgot myself. So y'all can find me, of course, at Off the Top. Y'all see where we all do content together. But if you want to see some of my solo stuff, KennyBomb.com. That's right, we got the URL. Or you can go to youtube.com/KennyBomb, whatever. You'll find it. We got Mortal Kombat stuff coming. We got wrestling game stuff coming. WWE 2K24 right now. Still waiting on the wrestling code. We'll see what we get with that. But yeah, speaking of 2K24, let's go ahead and start off with the first topic, which has been the hot topic of the week. Well, the weekend leading into the week. CM Punk, still the talk of everybody's mind. So he cut that promo yesterday, and to me, I still say it was kind of weak. But Kero, you said you had a change of heart on it. Let us know how you feel about it. What's going on over there?
Yeah, I still feel that it was weak, but I definitely feel a lot less strongly about it than I felt yesterday, just coming off of Monday Night Raw. I was expecting a lot more, and when I didn't get it, I was angry. But now that I go back and look at it, I mean, he did, say a wise man once told me, so he made a Paul Heyman reference, like he stood on that wise man for a second to let us know. He talked about AJ Lee, basically opening the door for her to make some sort of return, maybe at the Rumble or any other time. As we know, AJ Lee is in a pretty good shape, maybe better than she's ever been. She's healthy. That was her main concern, from what I know, when she left wrestling in the first place, was like, I'm just getting too hurt. My body is just in a bad shape. And so that's why I wanted to stop. Besides, I did everything I wanted. But now, it's been a while. I'm sure she missed it. And I watched the interview of AJ Lee today. And this was quite recent, just a couple of months ago. And she said, for a potential return, never say never. Like, I wouldn't say that no. But I said I would never become a pro wrestler. And then after that, I said I would never marry a pro wrestler. And here we are. So I'm not going to say never. So it's looking pretty likely there. And yeah. So when I look back at it, it's also the fact is like Punk appeared on Raw for the first time ever. So he's going to appear again and again and again. We got a long time from what I know. It's going to be 2-3 years, his contract. I might be completely wrong. I might be making this up. That's just what I heard, though. From X and all that. So, like, it isn't the worst. And he said, I'm home, which I guess at the end of the day is also a big statement. And I liked, the last thing about it that I liked is, like, he kept telling us that he felt uneasy and he wasn't sure what to say. And I think we as the audience also, we don't know what to think exactly. So he tapped into that. I don't know. It was a pretty decent promo. It just, again, I wish he'd left us with something we could say like, oh, that was great. Because I'm not sure if we're going to remember this promo at the end of the day. Yeah. Especially when compared to his AEW debut. But yeah, that was all I wanted to say.
Yeah, and I completely agree with you. I don't know if we're gonna remember it after this week. I don't know if anybody else will come back or refer to this promo,
Yeah.
just because he really didn't really give us that fire like he usually does. Which you know what, like Bryan was saying, like everybody expected him to come in there and like bash AEW and put it
Mm.
over their head. I didn't think he needed to do that, but I just wanted them to shoot some type of angle.
Yeah.
And we didn't get it. But like you said, he did mention the wise man stuff. He mentioned AJ Lee, which Bryan said she looked completely different now. I looked that up and I agree with you. She does look completely different. So we'll see where they go with that. Bryan, you got any change of hearts on the CM Punk promo?
Nah, I told y'all yesterday. I was disappointed, but at the same time, I already picked up on the hints and things he was throwing out, so I kind of knew where it was going. And now I'm hearing that it's going to be him and Rollins first, so it all kind of made sense. Because I read something online as well, which I did agree with. Rollins called him a hypocrite, and he went out there and literally like acted like a hypocrite. I'm home.
Yeah.
Even though he's been bashing this place for the past 9
Yep.
years of his career, but I'm home. That was his thing. And Rollins called him a hypocrite before. So I think this is gonna make Rollins go crazy, and they might even heel turn Rollins and keep Punk face for now.
Oh, you think they flop Rollins to a heel?
I think Rollins is gonna lose his marbles because
Okay.
Punk is gonna be acting like nothing happened, and that's sort of what it felt like to me. Like he
Yeah.
was just acting like, yeah, I'm back, and yeah, that's about it. Like
Yeah.
there was nothing else to it. So I
Right.
think Rollins' angle is gonna be more like, so you just go away, you bash the company, and you come back like nothing happened. Like he's gonna be on that type of thing. So we'll see.
Yeah. So before I spin off of Rollins, I want to make sure we get everybody's thoughts on it. Mr. Dubbs, did you have any change of hearts on this promo, or do you feel the same?
I mean, I missed a few things that were in the promo. So the things like him running around the ring, a la the Young Bucks with the celebration, I missed that. I figured in place there's got to be some NDA between both parties, both sides, that
Yeah,
they can't
yeah.
disparage each other. So he's not going to say anything directly about AEW. And I also don't think they want to feel like shining a light on the competition. You know, they're the number two. We don't need to talk about them, blah, blah, blah. But I definitely feel like the wise man thing that I didn't notice. I like hearing that because I want to see, Roman versus Punk at Mania. And we just found out the numbers. CM Punk's t-shirt, number one selling merch in WWE right now. And he's still got the number one selling merchandise of all time in AEW. So he's the big merch seller. Make it happen. You want to do Rollins first? Boom, Rollins at Royal Rumble. And then you have Punk at over in Mania Land. I don't know. I definitely see the biggest match still being Roman. If you do want to
Hold
do
on.
Rollins
Before we
first,
spin off of Rollins,
that's fine.
and Punk, let's go ahead and get Loaded's thoughts on it. Loaded, did you think about that promo again after we spoke about it yesterday, or do you feel any different about it?
No, it was still lame. Some other podcaster said it was a neutered Punk. I remember MJF calling Punk PG Punk.
Yeah, that was
When they
trending
first
yesterday.
interacted. Yeah, so this version of Punk that we got on Raw was PG Punk, bro. This
Yeah.
promo was so disappointing. Man, I wanted that
Yeah.
2011 CM Punk pipe bomb. That's what I wanted. Like, take some indirect shots to AEW.
He probably
Or
can't, though.
I don't think he can.
maybe when he starts to feud with Rollins, maybe Rollins will take shots at AEW indirectly. So we'll see what happens. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
we'll see.
yeah, I still feel like promo was lame. It was very tame too.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. You know what? It's not confirmed or whatever, but Tony Khan did say he can't speak on CM Punk for legal reasons. So I think it is possible they signed some type of NDA or whatever where they can't speak about each other. So
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. What did you think about it, Clint? Any change of heart since yesterday?
Not nothing major, but I'm in agreement with all you guys. It just felt like it missed, but I went back and rewatched it on my my Xfinity recording, and it looked like they edited out him running around the ring and talking about the money part. It's like, what? Why would they edit a live recording? I don't know how they did it,
No,
but it wasn't
they
there.
didn't edit
Like him
it.
running a lap was not in there. So I
No,
was like,
it wasn't on the live broadcast neither. Just so you know,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
they cut the
Okay, well
cameras
then-
off too early.
okay,
Oh,
because it
okay.
looked like when I was watching it back, it looked like it skipped a bit. So I was
No,
like,
no,
did
no.
they edit it? That wouldn't make any sense. But anyway, I think it'd be great for him Rollins eventually, but we're gonna talk about that in a minute. But yeah, how I viewed about it last night is about the same. Disappointing,
Okay.
but I get it.
Yeah, so there's been some fire there. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. Like they could really sell this, kind of like try to work everybody to make them think it's like some actual beef or tension just because of everything Seth Rollins said about him in the past. Now they're bringing CM Punk in there. He looks like he doesn't care. He posted a Instagram, like a little drawing on Instagram today where he was waving at Randy Orton in the ring, but Seth Rollins was mad outside of the ring. It's like a little cartoon character thing. So he's kind of poking the bear there. And I think they are going to go with CM Punk versus Rollins. Is that the right way to go for his first feud? And if that is, do y'all see them leading CM Punk against Roman at WrestleMania? Bryan.
I think that's the right way to absolutely go with Punk and Rollins. But if we're gonna get Roman and Punk, I don't think a 2-month build is enough for Roman and Punk. I think you have to really give them time to let that cook. I don't think 2 months is enough time. I don't think right after you finish with Rollins, you going ahead and shift his attention towards Roman, and now they got maybe 8 weeks to go on ahead and cook something up for Mania. Just I don't know. I'm not feeling that. But I think if it was from Mania to SummerSlam, you give them that timeline to go on ahead and cook and let Roman kill some time as well. I think that would be the right way to go. But I don't think I see Punk and Roman feuding for 2 months and then they're at Mania. I don't know.
So what do you mean 2 months? Where are you getting 2 months from?
Because he's obviously going to go against Rollins for the first feud, from what I'm hearing. And then after the first feud, depending on when that ends, let's say that ends at Royal Rumble, hypothetically, then you have Elimination Chamber at Mania. I don't think that's enough time to build and get the proper and get everything you want out of that feud, in my opinion.
But they do it like every year, right? Whoever wins the Royal Rumble starts feuding with the champion, and then they lead it into WrestleMania.
I just think Punk is a completely different situation. I really think that if you
drag it past WrestleMania, Roman beats him by Solo Sikoa, hitting him with a Samoan spike.
If I see that one more time, bro, that happened last
WWE
year,
is life.
Oh my gosh.
I think you just want Cody Rhodes against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
I really don't think that's enough
it's
time.
Not going to happen.
It just doesn't look like enough time for me. But I mean,
is Cody right there in the mix with Roman right now?
I mean, it depends on what they do with him in the Rumble.
So it'd be the same thing though, as far as the time length goes.
I mean, not really, because they wrestled last year, so everybody knows that that's still there on pause. They just haven't revisited it.
Everybody, y'all just forgot about it all year. Now it's WrestleMania.
Yeah. I don't think nobody has really forgotten about it. I just more think that they couldn't revisit it so early if they wanted Cody and Roman Mania 2.
What do you think about it, Kero?
I think the original question was it right to go along with Seth Rollins, right?
Yeah. And where do you think they go from there?
Now, to me, the bigger attraction is obviously Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. And there was a lot of indication with CM Punk ignoring Seth Rollins pretty much completely and making that wise man comment saying, like, it's pretty much saying, oh, we're going to go Roman Reigns. I appeared on Raw because, I just came back. Let's pop the views. But my main destination is on SmackDown. So we got to wait just a week or two to know where they're going. But it might just be another way to get Seth Rollins even more angry and for him to start the actual feud. Now, if that happens, I am as sure as I am of my own name, that they're not doing just one match. They're doing a whole couple. And then it's ending at WrestleMania. Because when is the last time Seth Rollins feuded with somebody for a month and then it ended? You might say Drew McIntyre. Then I say, look at last Monday Night Raw. Even then, they tied it up and now they're going to feud for more than 1 month. Seth Rollins is feud with Cody Rhodes. It's just what he does. He's a good hand. He's very good at what he does. Maybe not exceptional, but perfect way to bring back CM Punk to the mix, give him some, great matches. And then, after WrestleMania, maybe then he can go ahead and build up a match with Roman Reigns in SummerSlam.
Okay. Mr.Dubbs, what do you think about it? You remember the question? CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Is this the right way to go? And where do we go from there for CM Punk's road to WrestleMania?
CM Punk versus Seth Rollins for when, though? Like, when are we doing this match?
Looks like this is what we're getting into right now. Yeah. They said that's supposed to be his first feud.
So when's the match? Is the match at Royal Rumble? Because if you're doing the match at Royal Rumble,
it'll probably be at Rumble.
you're not beating CM Punk in his first match and then having him go after Roman. So that doesn't make sense. And you're not putting the world heavyweight strap on CM Punk and then having him go after Roman for the other strap. They just separated the titles for a reason. So that's not happening. So Damian Priest has to get involved somewhere to take that title and get that out of the picture. If you're going to do Rollins, and
good
Punk.
point.
If you're doing Rollins and Punk before Mania, you're taking that title away. You're moving that title out of the picture. And I don't think they're doing Rollins and Punk at Mania for the simple reason that my man is the #1 T-shirt seller after one day. He is the biggest name they have outside of Roman Reigns. And
Well,
The
I mean,
Rock's
if
not
he's the
available.
#1 T-shirt seller, is he bigger than Roman Reigns?
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see over the next few months. But the WWE would hate that.
I know they would.
Hate that.
I know they would.
So,
Yeah.
regardless, it's
They would
just
shoot themselves in the foot. Get them out of here.
I think Rollins and Punk makes sense from a storyline from everything they've done, and it made sense, especially coming in. It looks like that's what they were building. But then why did they immediately have Drew McIntyre come out to be like, okay, we're going a different feud, and then all Punk does is talk about a wise man. He didn't allude to Rollins. So I feel like the plan was Rollins, and I feel like now maybe they're steering that ship away, seeing that because 80 million views said, maybe we're not going to go with Rollins right away. Maybe we'll do that later. So I don't know if they're doing Rollins. They might. The plan, I guarantee you, was to do Rollins. That's why he had that reaction.
Mania?
Well,
I just think they might change course. No, probably at Mania. The way he was building that up after, but the fact that they had Drew McIntyre immediately come out and everything else, I don't know, man.
well,
I really think you have to go Roman, but maybe I'm wrong.
It really depends because Randy is feuding with Roman. That's the new report. That's why Randy is going to SmackDown.
Oh,
Sure,
well,
for
it's not
Royal
happening.
Rumble, but not for WrestleMania.
exactly.
So what do you do with Punk then if he's
So
not
what do you
feuding
do?
with
So are you
Rollins?
beating Punk at Royal Rumble?
Here's
You
something
beat
I
Punk
gotta
at
say.
Royal Rumble and then have him win the Royal Rumble. Like
I think you have. I
that's the only
think.
other
I think the way. I
that's-
think
that's
the
a tough
only
sell to
way.
me.
I think the only way you book Punk, he'll probably lose that Rumble, but that's when you pull the trigger on Rollins and make him heel and have him win dirty.
But you're gonna beat Punk and then you're gonna have what? Punk win the Rumble?
No,
You know
I'm
what?
no, I'm
That's a
talking.
smart-
I'm talking
that's a
at
smart
Rumble.
move. Roman versus Punk. Roman beats Punk, but because of Solar Sokoa interference or something, Punk comes out at the end, wins the Royal Rumble. You send him to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Whoa,
No, I'm
hold
sorry,
on, hold
Kero,
on,
is that what you were
hold
gonna
on.
say?
That sounds
No.
crazy.
Oh, what were you gonna say,
But
Kero? I know you were trying to jump in. We don't want to get too far
You
away
don't give
from it.
Punk and Roman the first dance at Royal
I
Rumble.
was
though.
gonna
That's WrestleMania.
pull us back to the promo again where he said, a wise man once told me to get everything that I want out of this place, I gotta leave and come back. Now, what does CM Punk want, ladies and gentlemen? What
The
did
main
he
event
talk
at
about?
WrestleMania.
Night 2 main event.
Yep.
Night 2. So that changes
the main
everything.
event,
right
but
there.
double,
of the
triple
buy
pack.
one get one extravaganza.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Wow.
It's
that's a
gonna
good
be.
point, Kiddo.
Mhm.
I don't know. They got to figure out what they finna do because I'm here because
Yeah.
it's conflicting, bro. Because it's like we think different, but you have all these wrestling sites like literally telling you this was what might happen, but I don't know.
Dubbs
But
is
I-
also
Are they the same sites that told us CM Punk 100% not signing, not going to be? in
nah,
Chicago?
I've read it from. I forgot who I read it from, but I put it in the chat. But it makes sense that Randy's going to SmackDown. I just don't know if they're gonna have Roman immediately feud with because then it's like, what do you do with Roman? I guess he just doesn't wrestle at Chamber, huh? I guess Rumble and then WrestleMania, huh? That would probably
mean,
make the most sense.
Roman doesn't usually
it wouldn't be
wrestle
out of
more
character
than
for
once
him.
every few
So
months. Yeah.
it wouldn't be out of character. So big surprise if he doesn't.
My question is, do you have, because you were right when you say you don't want a short build for Punk and Roman. So if you have him lose and feud with Seth through Rumble season, I don't think going into the Chamber and having Punk win the Chamber to get to Roman, 4 weeks is a terrible build, or however many weeks from Chamber to WrestleMania. That's awful. I think you need to go Rumble to Mania.
Whatever starts is Road to WrestleMania, I think, at Royal Rumble. I think that's where they start the angles. I think we probably know where everybody's going at the Royal Rumble, and we'll just have to get there. Yeah,
You're supposed to.
that's where you
That's
start
what
the
Royal
build.
Rumble's for.
Right. What do you think, Loaded? Because I got another question to ask y'all about that. The Road to WrestleMania too.
It's tough, man, because I knew where they were going before Punk came in, but with Punk coming in now, I have no idea, man. It's all over the place. You could do Punk and Rollins at the Rumble and have Damian cash in and turn it into a triple threat, and then have Seth pin Damian, I guess, because I think Damian's failing that cash in. So
I think so too.
he's not. You could do that. I don't know, man. I
Right.
can't see Punk and Roman Reigns at Mania next year, man. I think they save it for SummerSlam. Or
Save it for SummerSlam.
It's the biggest match you have, though.
Yeah, the biggest.
Like,
You say the
literally
biggest
by
match you have for
far.
SummerSlam? I don't know.
It depends
Yeah.
though, because Punk,
but to do
Punk
Cody
coming in
Doty like
throws
that?
everything off.
It doesn't
risk
throw
it.
Yeah, it
everything off
does.
really
Do you
because
risk-
Roman's
do you
not
risk getting
losing
Punk-
that belt at WrestleMania, no matter who he faces.
Yeah.
I also don't think you want to risk
Yeah.
Punk getting injured.
In my opinion, it throws everything off.
But
You
it's
wanna risk
just the
Punk getting
question is
injured,
who is
though.
Roman going to beat at WrestleMania? That's the big thing. If they want to protect
Punk.
Cody, then it's better for them to put
There's
Punk
no
in there at
reason if
WrestleMania.
Cody
Yeah.
doesn't get the title this year. There's no reason to protect him. To me, he would be buried.
Nah, he could get it at SummerSlam and it will still mean a lot.
No, because
Exactly.
he's not winning at SummerSlam because
SummerSlam
he has
won't
to
break
get
the
past
record.
September.
Oh, he got to get past September. I mean,
SummerSlam won't.
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
after SummerSlam?
Yeah, have it
Roman
with Survivor
ain't
Series,
going
bro.
down
There you
till
go.
2025.
There's no way they take the strap off
They
anywhere
could
on
do
Roman,
some
but
Saudi Arabia. They could change
WrestleMania.
it in Saudi Arabia after September.
There's
No,
no
no,
way
no,
they give
no.
up that
Shows,
title
though.
change at Saudi Arabia. That's a glorified house show.
Yeah.
If they say
What do
here's
you
an
think,
extra
Clint?
10 million, if they say here's an extra 10 mil to take that title off Roman over here,
Cody Roman
do it.
Survivor Series. There you go.
I think
ugh.
CM Punk is going to face Roman, and they're going to drag out the Seth thing all the way until SummerSlam. So he's not going to face
That makes
Seth
sense.
at all until next SummerSlam. So what's
Perfect.
going to happen is Punk's going to face Roman.
Mhm.
He's going to almost beat him, and instead of the Bloodline coming out to help him, Seth is going to come out and be like, "No, not on my watch, not you. You don't deserve this title. You don't deserve this
Okay.
win." And
Sure.
that'll build, and it'll keep that going in the background all the way until him and Seth Rollins face. And what they'll probably do is they'll take CM Punk, who I'm guessing is going to go to SmackDown because if he's going to face Roman, he'll go to SmackDown, and they'll have him trade with Cody. And then they'll start building that Cody-Roman rematch for the next WrestleMania. But anyway, that's how I think they're going to book it. And I
Yeah.
think it makes the most sense because then you can really drag out that
I love
heat
it.
with Seth and CM Punk. You don't want to do that right away. You got to let
Exactly,
that.
I say you don't
You
want
got
to
to
do
let
it
that
right away.
cook. You got to let
One
that
match,
go.
no.
Yeah.
But Seth
I liked it.
I just
like
feel like
that
Seth
idea.
Rollins right now isn't big enough. You know, it's crazy to say, but for a CM Punk match, because he's the world champion, but they just haven't put him in that light. Because I just don't look at him like he's on the level of Roman. He's
And
he's supposed to be the Roman of Raw, and I just don't feel it. I don't get that from him.
and I forget who
I think
said
it's a
it.
gimmick.
I think
All right,
Cody's
but
a bigger star without the belt.
this is a perfect
Absolutely.
opportunity.
I agree with that.
For Seth to get a new gimmick. Like he just goes insane. Like I forget who said it, but
I don't
it
think we
is-
need him to go
his
any more
whole-
insane.
his whole new gimmick, like he's not the funny, like hey guy anymore. He's just like just enraged heel
Joker
character, you
Seth.
know.
Yeah.
Totally
He's
like
gotta go. I don't know. I think he's got to get serious because right now I just don't like the goofy.
Yeah.
I don't know. I hate the gimmick right now.
And I
think
love
it's
him when he
like
gets
laugh?
serious. Like it's so
You don't
good
like
when he
laugh?
gets.
Yeah.
yes.
What'd you say, Dubs?
You don't like the laugh? The Seth Rollins cackle? The cackle?
I hate it. It's
Wow,
the worst,
Luigi.
man. Wow, Luigi.
Yeah,
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they need to do some rehabbing with Seth. You know, this could kind of, drive him off the edge to make him more serious, turn him into a heel, make him go back to burn it down, Seth, or whatever. He's just in there having good matches, cutting serious promos, not doing all this goofy stuff. So if CM Punk is going to be the match for Seth Rollins, he needs some serious rehab before we get there because I think it was you, Mr.Dubbs, who said Cody Rhodes is the bigger star than Seth. I think Cody Rhodes is the bigger match with
100%.
CM Punk than Seth is.
Yeah.
Rhodes gets put on the cover of every freaking Raw thing, and Seth is the champion.
Yeah, and that's bad for Seth.
Exactly.
So we'll see where they go. But another thing that came up in that post-fight press conference, I guess, well, whatever you want to call it, the media scrum, was Jade Cargill. They asked Triple H what's going on with Jade Cargill and when will he see her again. And he kind of took a nasty shot. He was like, she is not ready. It's not her fault, but we'll give her to y'all when she's ready. Do y'all think she's going to be ready by the Royal Rumble?
Yeah. I think that's the time.
That's
Bryan?
way more than enough. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're saying more like she debuts in the Women's Royal Rumble. Would you have her win?
Maybe.
If she's not ready, I don't know if she wins. I don't know if she wins.
Because I think Jade, for me, like, I'm not gonna lie, there's not a woman that stands out for me to win the Rumble so far this year. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have obviously Becky, you have Bianca, you have those type of girls, but it's like they've been winning. Like it's not it. I don't.
Yeah.
It does something for them, but not something like for Jade. Of course, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, in my opinion, you can have Jade win if she is ready and you think that she is ready, but they're definitely not gonna put the strap on her first Mania. But it would definitely make her look good, getting literally shot up like from the PC to one of the main events
Yeah.
of WrestleMania, because that's or one of the triple main events that they like to call it. But yeah, I don't know if she's ready. I think you have her win the Rumble. I don't think you put her in the Rumble to have her get eliminated. At that point, just don't bring her in my opinion.
You are absolutely correct. I agree with that. Like, I don't think we need to see her in there get thrown out the Rumble. But if she's not at the Rumble, I don't know if she needs to be at Mania, because the way Triple H
Right.
looked and the way he responded to that question, it seems to me like she's far away from being ready. And from what I read today, they said she's only doing like 2 days per week in the PC, and that's not good either if she's not ready.
No,
So,
for the
what do you think,
WWE,
Kero?
man. When I heard the announcement that Triple H made, like when I listened back to it, it felt like a game that I'm looking forward to being delayed until
Yeah, right.
2024.
Good analogy.
Yeah, I like that.
So that's crazy. She's training there 2 days a week. It has to be like whenever she can train, 7 days if possible, or at least more than 2 days if she's gonna
right.
be at the level of the WWE now. She wrestled in AEW for a year. Sure, she'll have some of the fundamentals. Maybe she'll learn stuff wrong. Maybe they have to fix that and all that.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can see Jade easily doing a Rumble. I mean, look at all the wrestlers. Gunter, for example, his first match was a Battle Royal. That's what they do. It's a simple match. You get in there, you do a couple of things, you hit your moves, and then you get eliminated. In Jade's case, she'll do a bit more. But again, she has at least a bit of experience. She's not that green. So right now, like until Rumble, she has absolutely enough time to get ready for that and put in a good performance. And same for a WrestleMania match too, which more than likely she will maybe lose because she's a newcomer from AEW, so she'll get that WWE welcome like AJ Styles did, like Cody did even. So there you go. After she loses, she'll go away for a while, train up to be even better, and then maybe she can come back. And as for a WrestleMania match, I just say look at Logan Paul again. I'm sure she has a decent amount of talent to be able to, with a like very protected match, very planned out. I think she'll deliver. So I can see it as a possibility. Not only her entering the Royal Rumble, winning it, going to WrestleMania, and then trying really hard, but crashing and burning until she rises up from the flames and takes over the division.
Right. Man, I was really hopeful. Like you said, that was a good analogy about it. Feels like a game you're really looking forward to getting pushed back, because I really wanted to see Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
I'm still on the side of Bianca. I wouldn't be mad if she won the Royal Rumble, but maybe that's you know what? I don't even know. Let's get to Mr.Dubbs. Mr.Dubbs, what do you think? Do you think she'll be ready by the Royal Rumble, or you think we got a while before we see Jade Cargill make her debut?
I think it really depends on your definition of what you think is ready. And I think it's just a matter of, we had Ronda Rousey in there with no experience, super green. And I also think that Triple H likes surprises, in case you didn't notice from Survivor Series there.
Yeah.
And if he says anything other than, hey, baby, did you have thoughts on Jade Cargill? No? Okay. Not right now, baby. But if you're going to have Jade Cargill debut in the Royal Rumble, would you want to say anything other than what he just said? Would you want people speculating, being like, when is she going to debut? When is she debut? Well, we haven't seen her yet. It's obviously going to be the Royal Rumble. Or do you want people thinking like, we might not even have her come up to NXT for another 6 months, maybe a year?
Yeah.
We have her training 2 days a week. I think he's just trying to make it so it's actually genuinely a surprise when she shows up in the Rumble. I think that's what a lot of this is, because there's no way.
I like that.
Why would you only have her there twice a week if she's not ready? You know what I mean? You just made this big signing. You made a big deal about it on the night NXT's going against Dynamite. Put her on display. You put her on these shows. You're not doing that to be like, okay, and in a year from now we're going to show you again. No, I think it's just him talking it down so that we're all surprised at Royal Rumble. That's my thoughts. And I think
I don't know.
I pick her to
I
win the
think the
Rumble.
2 week, the 2 days per week thing might be something that's in her contract. Because if you remember,
Maybe.
she was like saying the good thing about AEW was she only had to work a certain amount of days per week. But you know that WWE schedule is crazy, so she could have signed something and saying, "I'm not being here for more than 2 days a week. You want me to do Raw and
Maybe.
SmackDown? That's cool, but
Yeah,
or
maybe.
maybe Raw and one house show. I'll do it, but." You know, she probably got like a deal similar to what she had in AEW where she's not working crazy. And now that has her in the performance center 2 times a week. I don't think she's hungry. I don't think she wants to be, the best wrestler in the world. I think she's content just getting those checks because she always says it. I'm already rich. I don't need to do this. So she really is not in there, going crazy like everybody else. So
That sounds a lot like
I
Brock
don't know. I think
Lesnar.
that's
how
what
they
it could
book him.
be. But she's not Brock Lesnar.
No,
No, but
yeah.
they
She's
could
not Brock
easily build.
Lesnar.
They tried building her to be the female Goldberg. I don't see
The
WWE really
natural
changing the formula
talent
that much.
difference.
But Brock
is
Lesnar
but I-
has so much talent, and he's just so
But I
good. He
think-
didn't need he can show up when he
I
wants
think
to, like whatever.
I think Triple H is smart enough though to know how to book to someone's strengths, and they have Paul Heyman there. That was Paul Heyman's
yeah.
specialty, right? So I don't think they're gonna. You're not gonna be getting 30-minute matches with Jade having an all-out brawl. We're not getting NXT takeover matches between Sasha and Becky or Sasha and Bailey with Jade Cargill. I think you're gonna get
But when the majority of your
down.
girls are at that level, she has to go in there and perform.
Quick question.
What did they do? They didn't do that with Ronda. Like what?
Yes, I'm curious about that.
And when they did, they fumbled Ronda. When they started her out, she was quick. It was quick, short matches. She was demolishing people. It was the best way you could build her. Once they tried making her go in there and have those level of matches, nobody cared. Nobody was watching. Nobody wanted it.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't need to do it either. So I'm wondering, like, what happened? Did she piss somebody off backstage? So I've always been curious about that.
I don't know why they didn't just keep Ronda a killer that kills people within 1 or 2 minutes. You never need a 10+ minute match with Ronda. You never need that. You'll have her hit a few hip tosses, make her a destroyer, and keep her that way. Make her
and that's the way she was in MMA, so it would have made sense.
It
Like
made
she was
so
doing
much
that to the
sense to
girls
me.
over here. Why can't she do it?
I don't
over
know
here?
how they
Which
fumbled that.
She
I
went
don't know
out
how
pretty
they fumbled
bad
that.
though in MMAs, but
Yeah.
Loaded, what do you think?
I think part of it was Vince McMahon. So with Triple H, I'm hopeful for Jade Cargill.
I think Jade Cargill will make her next appearance at the Rumble, but she will not have a match.
You think she just
She'll
comes down?
probably have like a stare down with somebody to tease something.
Right.
Maybe tease a feud at Mania. That's what I think will happen. She will not be in a Rumble match. She's not gonna have a match. She'll appear though. That's what I think is gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I need any more teasers. I think the next time I see her, she needs to be in a feud, like starting kicking something up.
Well, we haven't seen her in a crowd, like in the crowd, right? Yet, like in the arena.
Yeah, but
like
I mean, I think that makes her look bad. Even like, what are you doing in the crowd?
Yeah,
you're signed. You're supposed to be ready to go. You're the superstar. Why are you sitting in the crowd? But I mean, it's something that Triple H did a lot in NXT. He used to have the upcoming stars in the crowd watching the show and stuff. So
yeah,
I mean, it's possible.
I mean, they did it with Ronda. They had her debut at the Rumble,
and
then she had her first match at Mania, the tag match with Angle, Triple H, Stephanie. So,
what do you think about it, Clint? You think she's going to be ready by the time the Rumble?
I'm in agreement with Dubbs. I think Triple H is just playing coy to make it try to seem more surprising that she's in the Rumble. Like, oh, she is ready. That type of thing. Because after this whole Punk thing, I trust nothing. I trust nothing now. She's definitely going to show up at the Rumble. And then I think she gets tossed out by maybe a couple of women, not just one. And then they start a feud that way. Like maybe Becky, Charlotte, and Bianca throw her out, or she's fighting Bianca and they toss both of them out fighting. That way it's not a direct throw out. I think when she does go in the Rumble, she's going to toss out a bunch of the mid-carder women, shot at them, and they're going to make her look like a female Brock Lesnar. I hate to use that term, but she is pretty big for for a woman. She's a big woman. And I just think they're going to book her that way as this, but not a monster, but like some tough powerhouse lady. So I think that's how they're going to book her.
So you think she's a big woman? Y'all think she's a big woman? I'd like to see her in there stand up against Bianca and the other girls. Is she like the same height as them? I know, of course she's ripped, but is she like actually?
Oh yeah, I think Jade Cargill.
She's taller than.
She's taller and bigger than the other girls.
I think she's about the same height as Charlotte.
I thought she was about to say China. I was like, no way.
No. China wasn't that tall, I don't think.
Yeah, but she was jacked though.
Yeah, she was.
All right, so I think I'm I wouldn't be surprised if Jade Cargill showed up at the Royal Rumble, but I just hope they got a good plan for her because I don't know how that's going to go if she's not ready right now. We saw her in AEW, like she could put on a match, but you could definitely see that it's kind of green and it's definitely clunky. So
for reference here, she's billed at 1.78 meters, so 5'10", same exactly as Charlotte Flair, and taller than Bianca and Rhea Ripley.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got
There
it.
you go.
There we go. Mr. Dub with the stats.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll see if Jade Cargill shows up to WrestleMania. But what about
Kenny.
WWE 2K24?
Kenny. Before we get to that, speaking of stats, we got 24 people watching, about 11 likes. I mean, maybe we could change that a little bit.
Maybe
That's
we
what I
could
was
change
thinking.
it. I say we set our
Also-
goal for 30 tonight. You think we can get up to 20 or 15 right now? Let's go for 15 right now at
All right,
least.
15 is good.
All right, so
And-
just go. Oh, go ahead, Kero.
I was just gonna look at the chat a little bit and see what they were saying, and like I see people agreeing with Mr.Dubbs. Imagine Jade and Bianca teaming up. They could happen before WrestleMania.
Yeah, it
You
could.
know, interesting idea. Imagine Jade and Nia work together in the Rumble.
Oh, no,
That would be
no. Get her
very-
away from her.
yeah.
Here,
Oh,
Riley,
God.
Riley went
Naya?
ahead and yeah, somebody said Naya. Somebody here on my end, somebody puts next topic, thoughts on AJ Styles leaving on WWE for AEW in 2024, and it's confirmed that AJ Styles' last 2K game is WWE 2K24 because of CM Punk. Is any of this confirmed?
Really?
They don't like each other either, so
Yeah, but how
So,
bad is
does
that?
anybody
Like, what
know
was the
about the
fallout?
roots of that? Anybody
the
know the
fallout?
roots of the AJ Styles versus
CM Punk?
CM Punk story?
I
just
have
read
no
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Because AJ Styles came back and then they took him off TV again, right?
So Styles and Punk had an internet spat in 2020 surrounding people who did and didn't speak out about George Floyd's death. Punk's accusations led to a response from Styles saying he didn't respect Punk.
yeah.
Oh, I do
That's a
remember
bummer.
that. I remember something about that.
Hmm.
So what
'Cause
was
I
it?
think-
Punk just didn't say nothing?
No, I think AJ Styles didn't say nothing, and Punk was trying to get people to speak up about it. I don't know why he picked that AJ Styles or whatever, or unless
I think
AJ
someone
Styles was
else
doing
mentioned
Twitch
him.
at that time, and somebody mentioned it to him, and he didn't
Yeah.
say anything back. So yeah. Oh, so I kept hearing people saying AJ Styles was leaving WWE after something.
I think Punk
that's
should
actually very interesting.
Punk should apologize to him about that, though.
I think this will be a perfect test to see how WWE handles their backstage issues versus AEW. Everybody said Tony Khan is terrible, doesn't know how to manage his talent, blah, blah, blah. Should have sat down everyone, should have done this. Well, let's see how many people leave WWE over CM Punk because he's their
Yeah.
biggest star now. Let's see how many people
But then
leave
you think
directly
about
because
this.
of him.
WWE, they usually do handle their situations pretty well, though, because there's a lot
Exactly.
of beef that goes on in the locker room, apparently, and we don't know about it until a wrestler
they
gets
handle
fired
it.
or something and then starts talking about it. So,
We're
yeah.
gonna find out how much better does WWE run their ship versus Tony Khan. We're gonna see. And everybody called
know
for
what?
it. They said CM Punk needs to be fired. Well, he did it. He fired him. And now WWE, it's your gift. So let's see how they handle it.
You're right. And you know what? Our topic handler, everybody give a big shout out to Clint. I believe he has something in here about us talking about wrestlers who would be leaving when their contract ends in 2024, either side, WWE or AEW, because apparently this is the year, well, next year is the year where a lot of these contracts come up. Do y'all have anybody in particular from WWE y'all think would be jumping over to AEW? Because a few years
Do
ago,
we have a
I think I
list?
could have given you a lot of names, but it seems like the tides have turned kind of, and it seems like WWE is the hot spot right now. So what do y'all think?
Do we have a list of the wrestlers whose contracts are up though for 2024?
I think it's all like allegedly allegations and
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
speculation.
they keep the contracts out of
They keep them under wraps.
Yeah, under wraps. This isn't like NBA and stuff where hey, this brother signed
Yeah.
for 5 years, 300 million. I would love to know though for wrestling because it's like it, but I guess it doesn't help people knowing because of storylines and stuff. So, I don't know. I mean, what we're talking, we're speculating on Drew McIntyre, MJF, which MJF I think has signed, but just for the sake since it's not confirmed. When does Wardlow contracts and
Yeah,
Ricky
okay,
start?
that's a
I
good
think
name.
Wardlow's up. I think Wardlow's up this year or next year.
Okay.
And again, these are just all allegedly, just based on how long they've been with the company and not hearing about them re-signing. But in AEW, out of that crop of talent, if I had to say some people I think would leave to go to WWE, I'm going to give you 5.
Right.
I don't even know. I'm going off my head right now.
Yeah.
But definitely Ricky Starks,
Uh-huh.
who tweeted out the other day like
Public flowers.
a picture of
Yeah,
Indeed.
yeah.
He's pretty much a lock.
Wait,
to be
that's a
gone.
real post?
That was a real post. He tweeted it and deleted it.
Oh, he's gone for sure. And he posted public flowers for CM Punk.
Oh, yep. So Ricky Starks, I think he's out of there. I think Miro just re-signed, but he was one I would have thought was out of there. So I'm gonna say Ricky Starks, Will Hobbs, which he's taken up for AEW, and he seems like he's down for the cause. But I think WWE could do a lot with him.
Yeah.
Wardlow.
Wardlow would be awesome.
I got 2 more.
Wardlow.
You got Malachi Black. Is he leaving?
Malachi Black. I think he's locked
Yeah.
in for a while. I think they said he signed like a 5-year deal. Or
He ain't
something.
going
Did you
nowhere.
say Andrade yet to go
Yeah, I
join
was
his
gonna say
team?
that.
Andrade's out of there
I
whenever he
think-
gets a
yeah.
chance.
I think Okada's going to WWE.
That'd
I
be
don't
so
know.
sick.
Hey, Tony Khan's throwing that money around. They got CM Punk. Tony Khan might take that serious and be like, you know what? I'm giving Okada 10 mil
Yeah.
per
I mean,
year.
I don't know, but it would be super dope to see Okada in WWE though.
That would be-
Super dope
if
to see Nakamura over there.
I think not, but remember Vince McMahon was handling the whole Nakamura stuff. I think now with I think we kind of see a difference in Nakamura's gimmicks and stuff like that.
It's too
Because
late though.
no, definitely too late. Like he was definitely
Too
mismanaged.
late.
I'm just liking Nakamura's gimmicks now more than ever because of what they're doing with him. Like using the subtitles and the promo with the red background. Like I think that's super cool. It's just
Anime.
it's so late now. But I don't know what
So
they
does
do with
everybody get
Okada.
their top 5 or what's going on?
Yeah, we can. So let me give. What did I say? 4 already? Let's think of a woman. Britt Baker's gone. No, I'm just kidding. I
You
don't
never
my last
know. You
one. I
never
don't
know.
No, I think Britt Baker's locked in with Adam Cole. If he goes, then she goes. And Adam Cole was a Triple H guy, so there's something to that as well. You got 5 dubs?
Oh yeah. Are we going both ways?
Both
I'll
ways.
go WWE
Whoa,
first.
Whoa.
I'll go WWE first. I think
It
Ricochet's gone.
does.
I think Ricochet's going to
You
AEW.
think Ricochet's gonna leave?
If
I
his
don't know.
contract's
Samantha's
up.
over
He'd
there.
be in the
Hopefully
cover of
Samantha
all the
doesn't
Raw
come to
banners, bro. I
AEW
don't
with him
know.
if he does leave.
Comfy. It's pretty comfy in that
I
spot.
think it sounds like Drew McIntyre's already got one foot out the door. I don't know when his
Sounds
contract's
like
up.
it. Sounds like it.
Sounds like people are saying
Ain't
AJ
going
Styles has an issue, and if his contract's up, I don't think he's going anywhere. But I mean,
Yeah.
out of the names that are available, that's one. I don't really see anyone else other names available. Randy Orton's not going anywhere. Seth Rollins.
remember
isn't
he
going
teased it?
anywhere. Yeah, of course, to get a bigger contract.
Yeah,
would
he did. And
never.
Tony
He
Khan
would
ended up
Like
liking
out of
never.
the names I'm seeing that are available, maybe Sami Zayn, maybe, but I highly
maybe
doubt
Sami Zayn, and I think if Kevin Owens goes, then
Zayn is
maybe
a
Sami
stretch.
Zayn.
Kevin
Not after
Kevin
what
Owens
they
isn't on the list
with-
though. Kevin Owens signed a longer deal, so he's not even up. And then Alexa Bliss is on the list, and Angelo Dawkins.
Eh,
Like,
I
guys
don't think
that are-
Alexa Bliss goes.
Not in-
Sheamus is
yeah.
on the list, and I'm like, I see. For me, I don't
I
even.
think
have
she'd get
5
fired
WWE.
and go before she just.
I'd
leaves,
probably
bro.
I agree
The
with
big
Dubs on
names.
everything but Sami Zayn. I think that was like a real reach.
No, I don't think
Sami
Sami
Zayn is an
likely
indie
to
guy.
go.
You know what?
literally
I
just
do
looked
not
at
say
the
Sami
names
Zayn
that
is a
we
lock.
say are
I
available
think
Yeah.
for
I think we see
2024.
El Generico again before it's over.
I
Yeah,
don't believe
he
that.
could.
That- I got a name that's not a stretch. Here it is.
Go for it.
Karrion Cross.
Oh,
To AEW.
does AEW want him?
Why would they want him?
Why would anybody want him?
He was
He's
hot at one
garbage.
time. Don't get it wrong. WWE killed him because before he came in and got on that main roster, he was hot.
There you go.
When
He
he was
was
in
alright,
NXT doing that fall and pray gimmick, he
Yeah,
was hot.
they killed his
Okay.
career though.
Ballhead,
He's done. I don't
Vince
think
killed
there's
his
New
career.
Day-
Yeah,
I don't think
New
there's
Day's
nothing you could do.
contract. The New Day's contract is apparently up next year as well.
I would love
New
to
Day's
see
not
New
going
Day in
anywhere.
AEW.
They're
New
like-
Day versus the Elite. The New Day versus Kenny Omega's been
They're
feuding
friends.
with Dave. They are
That-
friends.
it's
They're
not. I don't
friends.
think it's happening.
Listen, New Day's
That'd
not
be a
getting a
big
crazy
signing.
contract in WWE.
Yeah.
If
And they
Tony
would in
Khan
AEW.
throws them some
They would in
money,
AEW.
I think they
Yeah,
will go.
but okay, all right,
They're friends
but
with Kenny
Dude.
Omega and the Young Bucks.
yeah, but what is
Dude.
what
Hey,
is
Rock.
Kofi? What is Kofi like? Yes, Kofi and
Stop,
Xavier
Dubs.
Woods have been very successful in WWE, but what are they doing in AEW that legacy wise? Like, I don't think it does
Who?
anything for them.
Who, the New
Yeah.
Day? They're winning
Who?
a new set of tag team
Who?
championships, just like FTR.
The New Day, I
Yeah,
just
they're
don't think it
they're
does
getting a
anything
feud
for
with
them.
They're getting a feud with the Elite. They're getting.
They're
new
also
matches-
getting
new matches for
injured.
everybody.
because they're
I-
doing many high
Kofi,
spots.
Kofi's what? late 30s now?
Wait, Kero. Are we going to
Bro.
talk about injuries today? Because Big E
Like,
just
come
got
on.
his neck broken in WWE.
Yeah, but that's like
Exactly.
1 in a
Today?
million, bro. Everybody's always breaking
Oh, I
something
mean,
at
Draw's got his
AEW.
neck broken. Stone Cold got his neck broken. I wouldn't say 1 in a million.
All right, let's
Exactly.
go. So 3 in a million.
And for
Edge got his
AEW,
neck messed up. Saraya got her neck messed up. I mean, we can keep going if y'all want to. I mean, that's if y'all
Right.
want to.
for AEW going the other way, I think a name that you missed is Buddy Murphy.
Oh, he's gone, man. His
Murphy.
contract comes up.
I
Another
think
Triple
he's
H
definitely
guy.
gone. Yeah, definitely a
He
Triple
should
H
go
guy.
too, man.
But
He's so
Murphy,
good. Nobody knows how to use him right.
yeah, he
That's
just
true.
got.
I don't
He just
know-
got to go to the
I-
Indies.
I don't know if with Triple H there, he could bring back the whole Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, and Roderick Strong, but I don't think their contracts are up anyways anytime soon.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would be getting them back. But I definitely see, obviously, Ricky Starks is likely going over. Powerhouse Hobbs, I hope he doesn't, because I really hope
he
to see
doesn't,
what
but-
AEW does with him.
Yeah.
He's important to AEW, but I could see Jack Perry going over. I could see him getting
I
fired,
could see
going
Jack
over, and
Perry
then being
going
like,
over.
and then
I'm
being
not
like,
getting fired,
yes,
though.
with
No way
open
they fire
arms.
him.
You were,
No
you
way
were
they
the
fire
reason
him.
we got CM Punk. Please come in.
Yeah.
And
No way they fire him.
honestly, maybe the Young Bucks. What do you think? You know, I know they just signed an
Yeah.
extension, so it's not happening in 2024. But I mean, you know, how mad is Tony Khan going to be at them with all this happening?
Yeah.
But
But I think Jungle Boy would actually he would get a nice little polish in WWE though. He needs some type of promo work. So I think they'd
needs
be
some
able to
milk.
give him that.
I think you got to look at
Oh.
some of the women too, because I think there's definitely a room for. She got a little bit of a push when she fought Jade Cargill. What was her name again? She was the one who lost.
Oh,
and
Red
then-
Velvet.
No, she
No,
was the
I'm
one
just
that lost at the pay per view, and then Chris Statlander came out right
Statlander?
after. Taya Valkyrie, isn't that her name?
I don't know.
DC?
She had a big debut and
Oh,
disappeared.
okay.
That's what I'm saying. I could see her maybe if she's not signed to a long term deal.
That's
she
the
could move over
AEW
to
special.
WWE. Yeah,
I
there's
see- I
guys like
see-
that.
I see a lot of
Yeah,
names
Jay
actually
Barnacles, we were just
when
talking
I
about that. We'll get to it.
What
Go
did Jay
ahead.
Barnacles say?
when
So
I
he
look
said
at the
about
roster.
reports that you were just talking about.
Oh, okay.
QT Marshall leaving. But we'll talk
yeah,
about that in a
QT,
minute.
yeah.
But go ahead, Kero. You
Yeah.
were going on about the roster.
Yes, I was looking at the roster page, and I don't know where their contract situation is, but I can see maybe Tony Storm heading back. I see the
I don't know.
Guns.
Mm-mm.
The
The
Guns,
Gun-
I think the Guns will
Guns,
definitely
maybe.
have a
The
WWE
Guns, yeah.
run.
What about
What?
Hook?
Do you-
You
Hook.
think Hook could get a
I
run?
think
Get
Hook's
a run
out of
over
there.
there?
I think Taz would probably tell
Yeah,
him, like, listen,
he'll-
go over there.
Yeah.
Let
They're
him slide
offering you
in.
something, go over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Guns, I could see the Guns. I think they would be good in WWE too, with that polished Billy Gunn going out there with them. So I mean, I don't know.
think
You
that-
know,
yeah.
it's time for a shakeup. You know, I
You
don't
could
think there's
see
nothing
people
wrong
going
with
either
these
side,
wrestlers
right?
jumping from company to company. It keeps everybody fresh, and I don't think it says anything bad about the company they left. So, you know what? I wouldn't be mad to see it. Some of these wrestlers go back and forth. Like AJ Styles, I don't know what value he would have in AEW because right now they're saying AEW gets all of the old guys, and
old.
unfortunately AJ Styles falls in that category. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But if let's say this, Mr.Dubbs, if one AEW superstar or whatever you call him went to WWE, who would you want that to be? And if one WWE star went to AEW, like we did a trade, which two wrestlers would you trade?
Kevin Owens for Wardlow.
Can Kevin Owens still go like he used to?
I don't care. I love Kevin
No, I'm
Owens.
just asking. I don't know because he used to
No,
be
but I'm just
really
saying
good.
he can, but he can also tell a story, which is AEW desperately needs a storyteller. Wardlow
Yeah.
is polished, perfect, prime for WWE. Trade those two, please. AJ Styles, I would say, but for the exact same reason. He's older now. Finn Balor, I would like to see come over, but same thing. I don't know how old Finn Balor's getting now,
Yeah,
right? But
right.
he's
Old.
tuned into the elite.
It's
But
another
for me,
trader of the old
one
guys.
for one trade I would think would be fair. Kevin Owens for Wardlow.
Okay. What about you, Clint? What would you say?
For trade or for people that are just expiring?
Let's say this is a trade. I mean, if you want to talk about the contract expiring, if you got an input or if you want to put something
I feel
on
like
that,
you guys
can.
covered most of them. But if
Yeah.
I could trade any AEW guy for a WWE guy, let's see. I'd probably go with, I want to say like either Hangman Page or Swerve for AJ Styles, or just somebody who hasn't been really used that they could benefit going to AEW,
Yeah.
just to get a new perspective or a fresh audience. Even though wrestling, we're all watching the same thing, but just I don't know who would really benefit from going to WWE, who they're not using, to go to AEW.
Well, we
Really
see
good.
Roderick Strong did benefit. So there's some
Yeah.
guys over there who aren't being used well, and I think they would benefit with the switch. Like maybe Ricochet, like somebody said, I think Mr.
Yeah,
Dubbs said Ricochet
Ricochet.
earlier. I think maybe AEW could find something to work for him because he just like while he's great in ring, I don't know if he's being used to his full potential in WWE.
And
I
Will
got
it.
Ospreay's in AEW. So
You
Bronson
stole the words right out of my mouth there, Kero. That's
Bronson
exactly what I was like, we
Reed.
get Will Ospreay against Ricochet number
Yeah.
3. Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what would be your trade, kiddo? I'm sorry, Clint, you were still going?
I was just say Bronson Reed for Swerve. There we go. That's
Mm.
Bronson Reed would be awesome.
I'm not a Bronson Reed guy.
Bronson Reed
Are
to
you
what?
kidding me?
Squish
AEW?
all of them over
Are
there,
you
though.
kidding me right now?
I'm not a Bronson Reed guy.
That's like trading QT Marshall for Roman Reigns.
Right. What do you say, kiddo?
Well, I say it didn't have to be fair, right? And just
Doesn't
who
have to
we
be
want.
fair.
Oh man, I'm looking at the AEW roster, and I'm gonna go a bit. Even though he can't go anymore, but it'd be super cool to see Jeff Hardy in AEW and do something with CM Punk again.
Mhm.
But I know it'd be a disaster at this point. I mean, let's see. Let's say Jeff Hardy because I'm not coming up with anybody else. And from the WWE, who do I really want to see in AEW who could benefit there? Honestly, I don't know. Maybe make Austin Theory go there and
Austin Theory,
try
okay.
to give him a character. Make him
Yeah.
try to swim in the ocean. And if he can, he has the look. He can wrestle.
Right.
If he gets a character, he'll have a much more of a spotlight than he already does already. He could do something. He could do something there.
Yeah. I think that's a good one. What about you, Loaded?
I would trade AJ Styles. I think it would benefit in AEW for like maybe 3 years.
Yeah.
Trade him for Adam Cole. I think Adam Cole would do better in WWE, even though they are using him in a major storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would do better under Triple H in WWE.
Right. Yeah.
We
Y'all think
haven't
so?
seen him in AEW because he's
I
been
mean-
injured the whole contract.
He did good
Yeah,
in
you're
NXT.
right.
So, I
Oh,
mean,
man.
he's pretty good in NXT. So Triple H is running it.
But I'm saying
Yeah.
AEW hasn't
I
been
didn't like
able
him in
to use
NXT
him.
though.
And if they want to do that contract extension thing, he's literally been injured his entire contract, so he can't go.
Yeah.
anywhere.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Undisputed Era in NXT. I know a lot of people did, but that's like when I stopped watching. I used to watch NXT like every show, never miss anything, all the pay-per-views. But when they came up, for some reason, they just kind of killed it for me. So, I mean, I do like Adam Cole in AEW now. He's fine. I don't think he's like a megastar. I don't think he should be the world champion, but he's fine. Just like Roderick Strong. I didn't like him back then, but I do like him now. But for me, if I had to trade two, I'm sending Seth Rollins to AEW. And
Okay.
I'm sending Wardlow to WWE. I want to see Seth Rollins versus Kenny Omega. I want to see Seth Rollins versus Will Ospreay. I want to see Seth Rollins versus Hangman Page. So I think I'm going Seth Rollins, which is not impossible. They got Dean Ambrose, so hey, we'll see how these things go with CM Punk back in the
That's
E.
pretty good.
I was going to
What
say,
do you
yeah,
think,
CM
Brian?
Punk there, who knows?
Yeah, CM Punk might drive a lot of them.
Right, right.
What do you think, Brian?
Shout out
What
to
was your question?
Unsanctioned.
Because I missed the
Unsanctioned
first
ability.
question.
Yeah.
Who?
We're
One
doing the
person from
AEW
WWE?
to AEW. We're doing a trade. You take one WWE wrestler, send them over, and vice versa.
I think you have, but this is like, this is not like just like we're just throwing out big names. This is like something that can potentially happen.
No, I just if they got you
Oh.
on the podium saying you making this trade, you send two of these wrestlers over there. Like what makes sense to you?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm bringing Kenny Omega to WWE.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. And I'm gonna tell you why, because WWE got Punk. You make them two go ahead and make money. Now somebody from
A good one.
WWE that I would give up for AEW, probably Akira Tozawa.
All right, let's keep it moving.
Yes.
Y'all know how to do his dance?
Oh,
Oh, that's messed up, man. That's messed up. We're trying to see who would benefit in the other company, but you're just trying to
I
throw them
don't think most of the people on the podcast understand the word trade and what it means. You know, when you trade two athletes.
Technically,
right.
it's a trade.
So WWE 2K24. Let's go ahead and jump there. But before we do, Jay Barnacle said something interesting in the chat. He said, so all the money we're saving in the WGC from not buying AEW Fight Forever DLC, are we donating that to Ultra Pro Wrestling? So did y'all donate anything else to Ultra Pro Wrestling because AEW Fight Forever gave us some bad DLC, or do y'all think the guys at UPW got it held
That's
down?
an
right
interesting
now?
question.
Hey, yo, we got to support these wrestling games, man, if
How
we
about
still want them.
How about
Yeah,
spending
man.
no money at all?
Hold on. You got to support Fight Forever, bro. What are you doing?
Yeah, you're
Nah,
right,
I'm
man.
good, my
I'm
boy.
supporting Fight Forever, though. I did buy the DLC.
They got to support me and give me my money back.
I got the season 2 DLC, bro. Come on.
I got the season 2 DLC too, man. I play it every day.
And
I
y'all
play
are
it
2 of the 5
all
fellas.
day, every day. Shout out to
More
season
than 5?
2.
He's lying. He hasn't turned it on since that video where he was tearing up Dynamite.
But somebody sent me a message on the website we used to call Twitter about AEW Fight Forever.
Right.
And there's some speculation that there's some more stuff that might be in season 2.
There you
Because
go.
somebody asked Zadie on Reddit,
Yeah.
Zadie, do we have an idea of when we'll get a full list of everything that is going to be included in this current season pass? Are we talking days, dare I say weeks? And Zadie responded, hopefully earlier than that. It is doing internal reviews at the moment. So whatever they got coming back in season 2, apparently they're doing like internal reviews on it to see if it's good. Y'all know how they do before games come out.
Yeah.
So do y'all take that as they got more stuff in there, or do y'all think they're just reviewing things that we already know, like Beat the Elite, Tony Storm? Because I don't see why you need to do a review on those.
Depends
I
on
do think-
who's doing the review.
It just says internal reviews. I don't know. Did they
Oh, it's
pull
my
in
cousin.
testers?
Yeah, who's doing it?
James
Thinking it
is
might be
his name.
a match or something, like a cage match. Like, hey, come play this cage match, check out the mechanics, and let us know how
That's
it works.
not enough.
But are they asking
Hey,
the
a cage
janitor
match
or are
doesn't
they
mean you
asking
better
the
get to the
gamer?
game. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
Something.
I will go live and take viewer after viewer after viewer in cage matches. Hopefully, we can do a 4-way
Bro,
cage
the
match.
cage match
me and
to
Dubs
me-
going in there tearing them up.
Hey, Brian, we just played with Kenny a cage match in WWE All Stars, and I gotta say that was pretty fun. So
Nice.
I think
well,
the
he
thing-
did lose, so
I
that's why
think
he
the
I
didn't.
mean,
thing with the
As
cage
long
match
as you
is,
turn
bro.
off like escape the cage, right? You just
What's
gotta turn
that
off
one
escape.
match
Yeah,
again?
turn off escape because Kero cheated. I thought we're going to KO,
Well,
and he
it's
goes and
rules.
climbs out the cage.
I
What's that?
won.
Yo, what's that one match again that is like that the stuff blows up after like
Exploding barbed wire.
Yeah,
it reminds me of that because it's like you still have that barrier, so it's like the steel cage is very similar to that.
But it's a
So-
steel cage, though.
No, bro, they're not,
It's a
bro.
steel cage match. It's
I
supposed to be
promise
a
you,
cage.
I promise you, they probably won't even let you climb it.
I think they will, bro.
They will.
They have to. They
They
gotta
will.
let.
Come on,
They
let's
gotta at least let us
I
climb
think
the
they can
cage.
Implement a cage match so you can't.
Honestly, the
modders are
cage-
able to help us climb the
Bro,
cage.
bro,
so
they
don't
should have
fucking-
just gave me.
solve anything.
They should have just gave us like if you're gonna give us a match, make it interesting, make it something worth playing. Give me a coffin match. We just had a coffin match.
So you rather a
something
coffin
like
match
that.
than a cage match?
Yes, because the barbed
You throw
wire
the
is
guy in
very
a
similar
coffin
to
and it
that. We have
closes.
barriers.
Ding, ding, ding.
I'm taking the coffin match over the barbed wire.
No, I
Over
would
the-
rather
over the
have a
steel cage
cage match. I love a buried
Universe
alive
mode.
match, but AEW never did one. A Hell in a
Universe
Cell, they
mode.
can give us a Hell in a Cell and just call it blood and guts with one ring. There's things they
Universe
can
mode.
do.
False count
Universe
anywhere.
mode? That's a big investment, Dubs.
Yeah, it
You know
is.
what? Maybe
That's-
though. They
They need a
added
big
Beat the
investment
Elite.
if they want me to come back.
I think Fight Forever 2 is definitely going to have some type of mode like that. Because again, Ukes made the mode, right? Which I
I want
think
a
if they do
mode.
part 2, they need to kind of maybe get
Mhm.
somebody else to make the game.
I don't know,
So,
man. I
like,
want a
own the
general
engine.
manager mode, and then I get to tweet on X whatever I want and like cause a scene there. That's what I want in the mode. Like every time a show goes bad, I get to complain on social media, and like
That'd
that
be funny.
gets my points up.
You
got-
got to
wait.
have something to buy from the store with those
You
points.
got you got my GM in 2K23. What are you talking about?
Does anybody play it?
What?
My GM.
My GM in WWE.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I never was a fan of my GM. I'd rather
Me
play
neither, by the
universe
way.
mode.
Yeah,
I
micromanaging
don't
the
get the
money.
hype for that mode.
I don't know. I think what you do with that is you literally put everything in one. Let me do everything in one. That's it. Like put the
Yeah.
drafting universe mode. You should let me toggle on and off if I want to use money to go on ahead and develop
That's how it
my
used to
shows.
be.
That's how it should
Yeah.
be. But
Yeah,
now
I think it makes sense to have it like that.
Yeah.
It might be too much though. So some people might just want to get in there and play universe mode without the money management. So
I
what
think
he's
that's
saying.
why
option
I
to
think
turn
that's
it
why
on
you
and
put an
off.
option in there though, where you
Yeah,
could just
yeah.
turn off the
Make
money
it
option,
optional.
and if you do, you like I don't know, bro. There's just so many ways that they could go about it, and I
Yeah.
think my GM is becoming a waste of a mode because it's
Yeah.
literally universe mode with restrictions, but a little bit more options within its own mode to make it its own mode.
And it
It's
feels like a
little bit-
phone game too. It's
Yeah.
like its own separate thing.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I just think
Speaking
they're
of
doing too
universe,
much.
Speaking of universe and my GM, I'm gonna let everybody in the chat right now know coming up in December before we really hit 2K24 season, we're gonna be doing like a universe mode thing where we create our own like universes, or I don't remember how we spoke about it. Like we're gonna be having a lot of fun when 2K24 season comes up. So
Yeah.
make sure y'all, if y'all haven't smashed the subscribe yet, get it done. And we got 26 viewers in the chat right now with 18
sir.
likes. So let's try to get that bumped up to 25. You know what? We hit 15. Let's get 25 now. But wrestling game news, 2K24. CM Punk just made a comeback. Randy Orton just made a comeback. We got Jade Cargill looming in the wind somewhere. Do y'all think any of these wrestlers will be rushed to make it into the main game, or do they hold them all off for DLC? Bryan.
So okay, I think Punk needs to make the DLC bonus if that's not already locked in, which it most likely is. I think you readjust something and put him in there too. Jade, I think you can have her headline the DLC because Jade is somebody people are gonna want to play with, but she's not as high demand as Punk. I feel like Punk you have to have in a base game to make people actually want to go on ahead and buy the game. But Jade can headline the DLC in my opinion.
I think, well, I guess I'm a hater or whatever, but I'd rather have Jade than Punk. We got to give a shout out to Matt in the chat, y'all. Everybody say what's up to a symbol.
Yes,
So,
sir.
But for
What's
me,
good,
Going
man?
on?
I think I'd rather have Jade. Do they get her in there? I don't think so because she still hasn't had an entrance yet. So, I mean, maybe they have her at NXT planning out her entrances to do the scan or whatever, but I think she's definitely going to be a lock for DLC. But if you need to get one of these wrestlers in here, it's 100% CM Punk.
Yes.
Loaded, do you think they do it?
Yeah, I think he'll be added probably after the game comes out.
After
Has
DLC?
has a DLC, kind of like what they did with Bad Bunny. But hopefully they don't make us pay for it.
Oh,
They
you're
don't
gonna
make
pay
us
for it.
pay
Which, you
$10
know what,
for
I don't mind it. I
DLC.
don't mind the way they make you pay for it because you got to pay for it with like the deluxe edition, and then they don't keep rolling out more. Like we got this pack, you got to pay $20 more. So
rolling.
that's
Yeah,
one thing I
but
like how they do. You pay for it all up front, and then you get it.
but
Kero,
I
you think they'll get CM Punk? Oh, go ahead, Loaded.
but I paid like $130 for the Icon Edition for 2K23. I shouldn't have to pay any more money. And you're doing yearly releases, so come on. It's not a live service game, so
Yeah. You know what? It's fair. And because they do those yearly releases, that's the only reason I don't think they should do it like buy this pack in 3 months, buy this pack in 3 more months. Like
yeah,
I like how they do it all up front. You know, if you gotta the icon edition just included like more like fish, right?
it should
Because to
include
get all the
all.
DLC, that's like $100, isn't it?
Yeah,
I don't even remember how much I paid
it,
for it.
it should include all DLCs if you buy the Icon Edition. So
Yeah, it definitely
when they
should.
came up with a Bad Bunny one, I'm like, I ain't paying for this shit. Like, I'd rather wait for him to wait to play as him in 24. Like, no.
Yeah. What do you think, kiddo?
I believe it's going to be similar to the Bray Wyatt situation. Because what they got like 2-3 months till the game comes out, so they literally don't have the time to bring in a new entrance animation, new victory, new all that. The thing that I'm looking forward to most whenever the DLC comes out, by the way, as a side note, is to finally see a new GTS animation, because I hate the one that's in the game, that's been in the game ever since 2K16, I believe. I really don't like the animation, the way the person selling it, like, I don't like it. 2K15 had like a really sweet one where they would like stagger and then fall off. Yeah, I'm just looking forward to that new animation, to be honest with you, and want to see now, because I'd say after 2K20, like the models took another jump. Like the quality are way better, especially with The Rock, for example. That's the first guy that comes into my head. It's like, I'm sure CM Punk's model will look the best that it did in the WWE games. I don't know if it's gonna be better than the UFC games still, but so it's exciting in general. What I think will happen is, like I said, Bray Wyatt, they're gonna see him have a couple of matches so they can have an attire ready that they can pick. And yeah, I think they're just going to wait a little and then put him in there as one of the last DLCs.
That's what I hear a lot. They're not going to have enough time to get it done. But 5 minutes after Survivor Series went off the air, somebody had a new CM Punk model up that looked exactly like he looked when he came from from backstage. So I don't know. I think they could put all hands on deck if they wanted to, and they could get the model made. You know what? If it was worth it. But I think the value is putting him as DLC to get people to buy the additional add-on. So I think that's the way we'll go. What do you think, Dubs?
I definitely don't think he's going to make the base game for the same reason that Cody Rhodes didn't even make DLC last year.
Yeah.
You're not going to have the time. Cody Rhodes was more than a big enough name to make DLC.
Cody
He
Rhodes also
debuted
came
what,
back
in the
at
Rumble.
Mania.
But he came at
Oh,
Mania,
he came
yeah.
at Mania, not at the Rumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came at
Yeah,
Mania.
he was too.
There was only like 2 weeks or like a month or something before the
But
game
they couldn't
dropped.
get him in for DLC for the whole year.
Yeah, no,
Right.
But
that,
then they would have had to add extra,
So,
like charge extra for
yeah.
it. And I
Bad
just
Bunny
think that's
style.
not what they wanted to do.
he
They didn't say that.
Cody also
I just-
admitted that he said that 2K was ready to put him in the game, but he said no. He declined because he said that
Okay,
he
I
wanted
didn't
to
know
be
that.
on par to what his likeness is and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. But I know that in the past, if you came in post SummerSlam, you wouldn't make it into the October
Yeah.
releases.
Yeah,
We're at Survivor Series now. When's the game supposed to release? March.
You got 4
I mean,
months.
they obviously could make it happen because he's a big enough star and just put the money in. But I definitely think he'll make it in the game at least as DLC. I just don't know if they'll make the base game. If they make him the base game, I think you should do a dual cover star with him and Bray Wyatt. But
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, I did a Road to WrestleMania, or what is it called now?
Showcase.
The showcase video, and a lot of people were saying Bray Wyatt's going to be the showcase this year. That's a popular opinion, and it's just not going to happen. Are any of y'all of that belief, by any chance, any stretch of the imagination? Do y'all think Bray Wyatt gets that spot?
No, I
don't
think it's
think
too
it'll
late.
Yeah.
It's too late for 24. It's too late for that. Maybe for
Too late.
2025
I
or
agree.
26. Yeah.
Unfortunately, he passed away too fast, or too far
in the
from
year.
when everything started. I'm sure they already had everything in line when that
Yeah.
came up. So that's definitely not going to happen. And some people are going to be disappointed, when they find out that it's
Assemble
not going to happen.
also makes a point similar to that, saying people say
Yeah, I was
pre-order
gonna
bonus
say.
for Punk. I disagree. I think pre-order already gets decided way ahead. So
Yeah.
that's
agree.
something to
Yeah.
consider.
That's probably locked in that's probably been locked in for months now.
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
think
So
they could
do you
change
have
that
him
for a
just
name that
skip
big?
2K24? I don't think
I
so.
think that's a big
No.
L, especially him coming in
I
at a
don't think
point
it's going to happen.
where you're still 4 months away from the cycle. I think that's more than enough time to get him in, and especially you have assets to his entrance.
Yeah,
his
they already got
moves,
the stuff they need.
You have all of that. I don't think like Cody is a completely different story because Cody's assets were completely brand new to the 2K, to
Yeah.
everything with 2K. This with
Yeah.
Punk, nothing has changed. It's
Mhm.
he
Bryan,
still
to
rocks
be
the same
fair-
entrance.
If I'm paying for it, especially as DLC, I want new stuff, brand new entrance, everything new, all motions.
Right. I agree. I'm just more speaking on getting him in the game. They don't really have an excuse because they still have all his assets.
Mm. Okay.
You know
Probably-
what? I think they just need to, show some love to the audience. Even if he's not going to be DLC, I think they need to get him in that studio right now and do the face scans. I mean, does it take more than a day for him to do his entrance, record some moves?
Yeah, I mean,
I know they got to get it. They got to translate it to the game, but
Mhm.
I'm sure it
even
takes
if they
some
had to
time.
grab him for a week, I mean, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't miss
Why
on
not? You're the gold standard. Do
I
it.
don't think they're gonna miss out on CM Punk in this game. I
There's
just
no
don't know if
way.
it makes
There's
no
sense
way.
to
way.
roster.
He could always be the
Absolutely. I don't think
last
there's no way.
Especially
DLC that
especially with
launches,
him. Yeah, but the last DLC thing that I mean, it keeps people engaged, but I think I find it really, really stupid because it's so
Yes.
it's so like all the way. It's just by the time
It's
August
way
comes
too
around,
far
I'm not
out,
even
yeah.
interested in the game no more. I'm
Yeah,
turning
and
on the
that's
game
how
for
it is for the
content.
majority of the
And that's
people.
all
Well,
it
what
is.
I think that's a problem in itself.
Well, what
Yeah.
better way to get people back into the game by bringing Punk in, right?
Right. I think
Like
Punk,
when
especially
everybody's
with
bored with it, Punk
After
comes,
people
gets
already have
released,
their
and then
perfect
people are like,
DLCs
oh,
of him, though.
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
His
I
community
think that-
creations already takes that over, right?
Right.
Yeah, I think the thing with Punk 2 is he's the number one merchandise seller already. You can't miss on putting him in the game because people will buy the
Yeah,
game
right.
just
You're
for
right.
Punk
That's
that
another
haven't
good
played.
point.
Like think about it. We only have one game since the Xbox 360 era that has a legit CM Punk model in it. No other game does. There will be people that buy this game just for him because people are just that big of a fan of him. I'm sorry, Kenny. I just hate to break the truth.
No, I agree with you. I mean, like you said, he got the most merch sales. I mean, video games are merch. So what do you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
like
remember
a lot of
how
people.
I did see that all over Twitter though too, Brian. I saw the same thing. People saying, "I was gonna skip 2K24 this year. Oh, CM Punk's in it. I'm buying it."
Yeah.
Hate to see it, y'all. I hate to see it. All right. So
I want to
another
say something
thing.
too before
Go
we
ahead,
move
Kero.
on because I saw Unsanctioned comment on it. He said CM Punk, I feel, will be a pre-order bonus, but Jade will be on the first or last DLC.
That's actually a good point. I think the way you probably do it is you probably drop Jade first DLC, and then if you're gonna put Punk in the DLC, I do have to agree with Clint. As much as I would want Punk in the first, he would probably be in the last. Kind of like how they did Wade Barrett, and then they actually spread it out with Bray Wyatt, him coming out in July, and then Wade Barrett in August. It kind of makes the most sense because it keeps people locked in for about a good 5 months outside of the game coming out. So I think I see that as well. And someone made a good point where he also said that's why he should be DLC so 2K maximizes revenue. So he's looking at it from a business standpoint. You know people are going to buy the game and then the DLC for CM Punk. So do you really want to miss out on that extra money if you're 2K? And not even put him on the base roster.
But then that goes back to him saying
make the game.
that the DLC is already planned. If that's the case, Jade Cargill, she hasn't even debuted yet.
No, but I think he meant pre-order bonus is already planned. I think DLC can change. I think there's enough time, even if you're adding Punk extra into it and figuring it out. Listen,
Punk I see making it because he'll have a tire. He has entrance. He has unentrance. Jade Cargill has none of that. You have no idea what her entrance was going to be. Her move set. You don't have
anything from AEW.
I don't think there's no way. They've never done that in the past. They have no history of doing that. I don't think Jade makes it in 2K24.
I mean, Cody Rhodes does his AEW entrance, right? They had him come up from the floor when he first started.
That was a year later, though. Like
he didn't make it into 24 or to 23 or whatever.
Also, Unsanctioned pointed out something really good as well. They've been in the last couple of years scanning everybody at the Royal Rumble, so it might happen this year at the Rumble as well for a Punk.
I don't think Jade makes it in even as DLC because if she's not debuting until the Rumble, there's no way she makes it in time.
I agree.
All right, so one person who will not be making it into WWE 2K24, unfortunately, is a man who we thought was going to retire, but thankfully he's not. Ryback.
Okay.
So Ryback said if CM Punk debuts, he was going to retire. And then he switched it around and said, "Well, I meant if he came back to AEW, so I'm still wrestling."
That's so
how do y'all feel about that,
bro?
Are y'all excited that Ryback's still going?
No, not at all. Actually, Ryback posted a poll not even a year ago saying, "Should I go to AEW? Should I go to WWE? Or should I retire?" And everybody voted to retire. My brother, you have been throwing around that retirement word for over 2 years. Let it go, bro.
Sure
Nobody's checking for you, bro. Listen, if anybody was checking for Ryback and Tony Khan was checking for Ryback, he would have been in AEW already because Tony Khan loves throwing money at wrestlers. He would have been there already. Give it up, bro. You made Goldberg look good. That's how bad you was, my brother. You made Goldberg look good.
Just said WWE failed Ryback. I agree. I enjoyed Ryback in WWE.
No,
I like him.
I like his Feed Me More. That was cool. But
his finisher was cool.
I mean, when I was younger, I liked Ryback, but the older I grew and the more I heard all these reports and people talking about
him as a person.
He was wild. He was wild. There's a CM Punk thing that always makes me laugh. That Vince McMahon was like, "Oh, you got to work this guy." And this was after he actually got injured by Ryback. And then CM Punk gets thrown from the stage onto a table. And Ryback literally missed the table. And then Punk goes, "Are you stupid or what?" Like, how do you like?
He said, "Are you stupid or are you?" What did he say? "Are you stupid or are you an idiot?"
Are you stupid or are you? It was something, but regardless, whatever he answered could have not been good. But I just found that funny. I'm like, bro, that's that's what it was, Kenny. Yeah, I'm an idiot or are you stupid? Yeah, that's funny.
But just go back to kissing Shrek.
Point is, man, listen, he got to give it up, bro. Whatever he's doing now, if he's still making money, keep doing that, bro. But I don't think there's
shouts out to
this is what he's doing. Yeah, that's how he makes money. So just Go on. As long as he can milk it,
I
he'll
don't know
do
why
it.
so many people
He
hating
was doing
on a
good
guy
on
trying to
YouTube
make
for a
living.
while.
Right.
Yeah, he was doing pretty
So
good.
many
I
people
used to
just
watch
trying to
his,
hate on a guy just trying to make a living, man.
I
Yeah.
used to
How
watch
does it
his
affect you if
thing.
Ryback keeps wrestling? Why do you want him to
Whoa,
retire?
what'd you say, Brian?
I used to watch his reviews on food.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He was
It
doing
was like
pretty
eating
good. I don't
ants
know if
and
he stopped
stuff.
doing
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Nah, Dubs,
Is
it's
he-
not
Why is
even that.
everybody why does everybody want him to retire so bad? Like, let the guy make a living. I don't want
No,
to see
it's
him in
just really his
AEW on
mouth.
TV.
It's his mouth.
I don't need to see him on TV.
It's his
but,
mouth.
Like, let him make a living.
Yeah.
It's not about that. I'm not finna just root for somebody to retire. It's more about the way you act. If you
Right,
act a
right.
certain way, I'm just not a fan of yours. But you can not wrestle
I mean,
for all I
Jake,
care.
Jake the Snake did a lot of horrible things, and we're
I-
all rooting for him in AEW. He did
Oh,
a lot of horrible
I was
things
never
through
a
his
fan
life.
of that, brother. I'll leave
Much
that to
worse
the old
things
heads.
than Ryback.
I'll
Same
leave that
thing
to the
with
old
Scott
heads
Hall
like
while he was
Kenny,
still
Dubbs,
gone.
and
Rest
Clint.
in peace.
Why are we going that far? There's
What?
CM Punk right here in the
We didn't say-
WWE.
I mean, yeah, CM Punk's done some horrible things. Vince McMahon has done some terrible things. I mean, Triple H took Stephanie McMahon to the drive-thru and married her when she was knocked out. All these guys do terrible things. Katie Vick, come on.
Oh,
Yep.
Katie Vick, bro.
It's wrestling
But
for
hey,
you.
man, it's great for wrestlers. But speaking of great for wrestlers, Jake the Snake, Triple H, I wanted to ask y'all before we get out of here for y'all's Mount Rushmore of professional wrestling. 4 wrestlers who's the top of the top. You don't got to put them in order. I'm not going to ask you your top 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just who is on that Mount Rushmore if you built it today?
Okay, I got a question. Are we talking about like Mount Rushmore all time, not just
All
this era?
time. AEW,
All
WWE, TNA, WCW,
Alright.
ECW, all time. Who
This is
is the
tough.
top 4? You
5-star
don't got to put them
wrestling.
in no order.
Start with Clint.
And we're going to start off with Clint.
All right. Well, obviously, one of the main ones up there would be Undertaker.
Mm.
Undertaker is one of the greatest of all time, if not probably the
Which-
greatest, because he transcends
Okay.
wrestling.
Okay.
I got to say The Rock, because he put wrestling becoming actors on the map. So he opened the door for wrestlers to go to acting and do other things. He proved that wrestlers aren't just stuck in that bubble of being a wrestler. He opened the doors for them doing other things. So I think The Rock deserves to be on there. Obviously, this might be a little controversial to some, but Hart, because he had such an amazing career and he taught so many people. And the Hart Foundation was so amazing that era. Then my last one have to be, I got to say, Stone Cold. He was such a polarizing character. You can put him in any timeline of any wrestling and he would get over. His character is just like The Undertaker, transcends wrestling. Those
You
are
know
my
what?
4.
That's a great Mount Rushmore. I can't really argue with any of them except Bret Hart, but shouts out to you.
Excuse me.
Let's
I
go.
know Dub
Arguing
likes
the
that
best
one,
there is,
yeah.
the best there was, the best there ever will be. Excuse me.
Oh, give me your
This
Mount Rushmore,
bullshit.
Mr. Dubbs.
Well, just for that. No, I'm kidding. I mean, clearly Clint is saying people breaking through and Candy Bomb having issues. I mean, talking about The Rock opening the door for acting. Are you forgetting about Lonesome Dove? Do you not remember Bret Hart's starring role in Lonesome Dove?
No,
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding. I know
god.
Bret Hart's up
Roddy,
there, but
Roddy Piper's roles in,
Yeah.
no, but
Hulk
he's saying The
Hogan,
Rock opening the
No
door.
Holds Barred.
Hey, no one needed to mention him. No one needed to bring that man up. No. For me, I'm just going off who was my favorite wrestlers through my lifetime, through my fandom and childhood. That's why The Rock can't go on that list for me, because Stone Cold was always way more of a favorite than The Rock, and there was the same time frame. I loved Stone Cold more than I loved The Rock at that same time. And for me, Bret Hart before that. Bret Hart, when he was in WWE, I was a Canadian. It was Canada versus the USA, and I was Team Canada all the way. Go Hart Foundation, Owen Hart and Bret Hart. Bret Hart was my favorite out of the bunch, so Owen can't make it there either.
You were a Canadian?
Yeah, I was
you
Canadian
are a
throughout that whole
Canadian.
time. Yeah, I was and still am.
Okay,
I was,
just make sure.
I was, I am, and I forever will be.
Okay.
And that's why Bret Hart has to go on the list. And then how can you not have Undertaker on there just for the longevity, the Ministry of Darkness, corporate ministry? I may not have been a fan of the American Badass era, but every iteration of the Undertaker has been incredible. And then for the last spot, or is that already 4? I got Stone Cold,
you got
Bret,
3 so far.
and Undertaker. Number 4, I mean, again, since I can't put The Rock on there, and then for me, it goes with my fandom. Oh, sorry, I didn't say it already. RVD. Yeah, RVD.
Whoa,
yeah.
RVD
Oh.
making the top
I don't have a
four.
fifth spot.
I love it.
I can't even get to Punk and Bryan and all that.
I'm not
'cause
gonna
like,
lie.
no,
I'm not
RVD
gonna
was,
lie.
I was way more of a fan of that.
4 spots is just so small, bro. I have so many guys that are worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the tough spot. But
Yeah.
shout out to
That's
RVD
nice.
making it. He did
RVD
hold
for
it down
sure.
in ECW. Like he was the guy, and he was over there holding it down. So
RVD was
RVD
awesome.
would
I'm
be
not
my
mad
number
at
2
that.
spot
He
out
was
of
awesome.
the 4. If it was going in
Hard.
order, RVD would be my number 2
Yeah.
behind Stone Cold.
all right, Kero, cero miedo.
Man, I think this is an easy list because you already have the first 4. Because yeah, like Brian said, it's a small list. Like I guess I'd start with Stone Cold, and then yeah, the Undertaker has to make it in there too, and I might have said Hulk Hogan. I just don't like him.
Oh
I just
man,
don't
you can
enjoy
throw him
him.
in there if you want. I mean, hey, no
But
judgment zone.
what he did is undeniable,
Yeah, you can't.
whether it's good or bad.
Yeah, no judgment zone.
If you don't say Bret Hart is a Canadian, I'm going to be ashamed.
Well,
Nah, he's Turkish. He's not Canadian. He's just a
Yeah.
visitor.
Canadian.
He's a visitor.
What's that?
We're gonna get him to America pretty soon.
the last one is, of course, Randy Orton. I'm just kidding. Let's say Bret Hart. Why not? Because I do really like Bret Hart. Like his matches with Austin in general.
Wow, a lot of Bret
That's where
Hart.
it will
Yes.
be.
3 Bret Harts in a
Wow.
row
Yeah.
made the Mount Rushmore.
He
Interesting.
not 3 Brets in a row.
He's good.
Loaded. Come on, we gotta kill this Bret Hart streak. What do you got loaded?
It's tough because I can only name 4, bro.
Only 4.
1 is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Mm-hmm.
2 is The Rock. 3 Taker. I like the American Badass Taker. I don't care what y'all say, bro.
Now you lost me.
I like the Badass Taker and the Ministry Taker.
Yes,
So-
love the ministry.
Yeah. So Austin, Rock, Taker, and Kurt Angle.
Kurt
I think-
Angle. Ooh,
I
that's
think
another
Kurt
good
Angle-
one.
That's
I
nice,
think Kurt
yeah.
Angle is the greatest in-ring performer of all time.
That's
With
another
a
good
broken
one.
freaking neck.
Yeah.
All right, Brian,
Yeah,
am I
The
going
wrong
or are you
Kurt
going?
Angle.
What you want to do?
It
Because
don't
you're gonna
matter.
say Undertaker 4 times. We already know.
Boom, you already know.
All right,
Nah,
I'll go ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got you. I already got your name
Rock
written
paper.
down. Now, let's
Rock
go.
paper scissors say shoot.
All right, ready, set,
Rock paper
rock,
scissors
paper,
say.
scissors. Oh no, we play rock, paper, scissors. It's 1, 2, 3. Ready?
Rock paper scissors say shoot.
Come on, man. Rock, paper, scissors. Boom,
got-
got
it's
you.
your-
You go.
All right, I guess it's me. All right, so I'm gonna go on ahead and go with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
The Rock. No, I'm sorry. Stone Cold Steve Austin, not The Rock. I'm sorry. Stone Cold Steve Austin. We're gonna go with Undertaker.
Okay.
We're gonna go with John Cena.
Ooh, we
Yeah.
got a John Cena in there. It's fair.
And we're gonna go with Brock Lesnar at number 4.
Brock Lesnar. I
Ooh.
like that list. I love that list. A young boys list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Modern.
A young boy list is crazy, but yeah, I
That's why
think
my list didn't make it as far as CM Punk and Bryan
Yeah.
Danielson
Yeah.
and Kenny Omega. It didn't
Nah,
make it
it's
to that
just, it's
level.
just
Yeah.
we got a top 4. So if you ask me, we got 24 likes in the chat right now. The goal for the night is 30. Come on, y'all. Shout out to y'all for giving us 24. Though.
sir.
I appreciate that either way.
Yeah, that's
For
For
great.
my Mount Rushmore, for one, y'all know, in no particular order, but for one, yes, we got to go Undertaker. You
Yes,
can't
sir.
skip that. Number 2, I'm gonna go Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know what, Mr.Dubbs? I like your argument that you can't go with 2 at the same time, but I think Stone Cold might have been 1A. The Rock was 1B. So I gotta get The Rock in there. And number 4, I gotta go Triple H.
Yeah.
You know what? It's
That's an
hard to go
interesting one.
between Shawn Michaels and
You're
Triple
going
H, but at the
triple
end of the
same
day,
era. You're going
number
triple
4
attitude era. That should be like a rule against that.
Wait,
Wait,
we have
how?
rules?
Who's better
Yeah,
than
What's
these
nah.
4
the
guys?
rules?
In my opinion, nobody's better than these 4 guys. If I had to take one out, it probably would be Shawn Michaels for Triple H, but you can kind of swap those 2 in and out. But at the end of the day, if I had to make a definitive list, Triple H is going on there.
That's fair, man. Like, look at what
That's
Triple
fair
H has
enough.
done.
Look at what he's
Yeah.
done.
Right?
I mean, they say his reign of terror when he was on top for so long, but he was holding it down. Great matches, great promos. I saw a symbol put in the chat just now. Triple H. If you, I used to love him, man. Come on, DX era.
Game.
You had the jeans jacket
Yep.
era, one self to song. Oh man, come on. Y'all can't deny Triple H.
And with
I'm
that
just surprised
Triple
we
H.
got so many Bret Harts in here. But if we look at everybody's list and we make a definitive 4, Stone Cold is definitely on there.
Did we all say Undertaker?
Let's see.
Pretty sure we all said Undertaker.
Undertaker, yeah.
The Rock.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
Stone Cold is a lock.
The streak was just too legendary to not include Taker.
Yeah.
Taker,
So
well, yeah,
Stone
he's
Cold is a lock. The
too big,
Undertaker is a
yeah.
lock.
Bret Hart's
I
got
don't know if
three
He's
He's
also
belts more
wrestled
than
for over
Triple
30
H
years
there.
too. So I mean,
I'm gonna be honest though. I get that. I'm the young boy in here, but the fact that nobody like mentioned John Cena with everything he's done in wrestling.
I was thinking about that. Like,
I mean,
wow,
John
not
Cena was
one
great,
person.
but
Not for me.
John Cena was
I'm
great.
going with my favorite
but-
wrestlers.
He was not Stone
John Cena
Cold. He
was
was
never
not The
even
Rock.
close
He was
to
not
that list.
Triple H.
John
He
Cena
was
wouldn't
not
even make top 10 for me.
The Undertaker.
yeah.
Yeah, John Cena wouldn't
I
make
don't
top
care
10
what
for
you
me
did for
either.
the business. If we're going what you did for the business, then you go Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, John Cena. That's your four. You know what I mean? Like if
That's
you
fair.
want to
You
put
put Goldberg
rules
in
on
there?
it. But that's what I'm saying. How much did Goldberg do? He put up WCW's ratings, and they WWF bottom up.
Yeah, but he was like up there in WCW doing it up.
Yeah,
Like, he
but that's what I'm saying. What are the rules? What are the specifications? Right? I just went with favorite.
Wait,
wrestler.
nobody had any WCW
My
wrestlers on there.
Stone Cold
I
was in
a
WWE.
guy.
Stunning
was Brett.
Steve.
Brett
Does
was
that
in
count?
WCW.
Oh, Brett was. He got kicked
The
in the head
Undertaker
by
was there,
Goldberg. He
too.
didn't have a great run
Undertaker
over
was
there.
there.
Everybody was
Undertaker
there,
was
yeah.
there
What was
too.
it?
Bret
Red,
Hart was
he
there.
was
Triple H
Mean
was
Mark
there.
Callis
Oh,
in WCW, right?
RVD was there too. My whole list was in WCW.
Mean Mark Callis.
My
Come
entire
on.
list was
We,
there.
we, but we're using
Terrorizing.
the WWE names. Vince McMahon made these guys legends. Vince McMahon and Vince Russo. Let's get to
Bret
that.
Hart. Bret Hart ended his career in WCW. That's not memorable. Why would it be as a
Well,
Bret
Goldberg
Hart
ended
fan?
his career in WCW, right?
As a Bret Hart fan, why would I ever put Goldberg anywhere near a list of anything I'm happy about? I hate
So
Goldberg.
unless you want to save it,
Unsanctioned TV is chilling in the chat tonight, holding it down in there.
Hey, he gave
Unsanctioned
us-
TV, we didn't get your
he gave his list.
Mount
Yeah, we
Rushmore.
did.
Did he already
We did.
drop him?
And you
He
wanted to
dropped
say
him.
We gotta call
something,
him
by the
out.
way?
I just gotta find
Trip,
him.
HBK,
HBK,
Undertaker,
Stone Cold, and The Rock.
and The Rock.
Yeah. That's
All
a great
right,
list.
that's a good list. That's a good list. Kero, do you want to check out the chat to see some of their lists?
Let's see. John Cena is 6 on my list, says Matt Batten. I mean, I can see, like, for me too, because I'm at the younger side as well, right after Bryan. Cena would be up there in my top 10. So let's see what else we got.
I mean, I guess Cena's top 10. I was never a
Ooh.
fan of him, though, so it's hard. I can think of 10 wrestlers. to
I
put
just
before.
hated him as a
You know what?
babyface.
Yeah, me too. But Kane is in my top 10.
there's a
Hate it or
person.
love it. It is what it is.
There are some
Kane
interesting
in the
ones.
90s was a monster, dude.
Yeah.
I love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
So,
it was
shout
good.
outs.
Yeah, I love
Yo,
Kane.
Bad
Shout
Blood
out to-
97, bro. Come
It's
on, man.
Taco Kid. He said, "What about your women's Mount Rushmore?" I was just saying,
Ooh, y'all want to
do
do
you want
it?
to save that for next week, or do you want to do it now?
Stable.
Let's do it
Number
now. We'll
one,
do
no.
another
Do it.
separate
Before we
clip
do
for
it,
it.
Okay.
I do want to
Oh,
look
you
at the
said
chat
next
though,
week?
just because, like, they went
Oh,
through
yeah,
the
yeah,
trouble
you're
of
right, you're
typing,
right.
so I want to see, like, Trust No One says Hogan, Rock, Warrior. He put Warrior there, and then
Ooh,
Bret Hart
Warrior.
at the end.
Nice.
We got by Chris. Well, he put Jericho, Undertaker,
Ooh, I forgot about
Omega,
Jericho. Man,
and then Brock Lesnar. So Omega someone made it there to the list,
nice.
and that's about all I
There's
see.
Oh, Matt
There's
Batten
so
said
many
he
good
has the same
wrestlers.
list as me. Shout out to Matt Batten.
nice.
Andre the Giant, Bray Wyatt, Kenny Omega, and Ric Flair is another list by Riley.
Nice.
So there you go.
Okay, that's a good one.
Assemble. Did we get assembles? You got with
Yeah,
Triple H,
his
Austin,
is
Rock,
Triple
Bret.
H, Austin, The Rock, and Brett. That's a good list, but y'all got a lot of Bret Harts flying around here and not
Where's
enough
mine?
Shawn Michaels. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Sorry, Bret Hart was
Come on, y'all.
Not even a
Shawn Michaels was
comparison.
miles
not
better
even a
than Bret Hart.
comparison. You're such an
Come
American.
on.
That's an American.
So you're
answer
saying
right
throughout
there.
his whole
That is an
career, Bret
American
Hart had
answer.
better matches than Shawn Michaels.
150%.
Who has the better discography? What do you call it? A match
Look,
or match? book?
Matchography.
I can't.
Who has the
I
better
Bro.
can't,
matchography?
Bro, Kurt Angle's better than both of them.
I can't fault the fact that Goldberg ended Bret Hart's career early.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels got that resurgence.
Shawn Michaels
So if
kept
you-
going with a broken back.
Okay. So take Shawn Michaels' return from after he lost the title to Austin. Take that whole part of his career out, and now you can have a fair comparison with Bret Hart. And Bret Hart's across
That's
the
not
board better.
fair. That's not
Yeah,
fair.
it isn't. It is. You're right. It's not fair that Bret Hart got his career ended by a Goldberg kick.
Okay, well, let's
You're
do
right.
that then. Let's
I
take
agree
out
with
that
you.
whole. Let's take out that whole chunk. Shawn Michaels
Yeah,
still
just-
better.
No, not a chance.
Yes.
Up until his losing to Austin.
Come on,
no
man. Shawn
way,
Michaels has
man.
always been better than Bret
Never.
Hart.
Not even close.
Since I was a kid, Bret Hart used to come out and pass out
I'll
the
watch
glasses,
a Bret
but
Hart match.
I was just
could
always a
watch
Shawn
Bret Hart
Michaels
matches
guy.
back. Oh, no problem. Shawn Michaels, no thank you.
Shawn Michaels owns the best match of all time with The Undertaker. Come
Again,
on, man.
we're not counting that side. we said we're not counting that side.
I
So,
see CD over here saying that the fact that no one has Sting on their list is insane, which is
It's all,
an interesting
I
comment.
didn't
I
watch
think
enough
it's Sting's fault.
WCW.
I think
I
that's
didn't
Sting's
watch
fault.
enough WCW
Me either.
before.
Sting is cool, but
before
like,
the Attitude Era, so
Yeah.
I didn't know enough.
I'm
I
cool
don't
off
have
Sting
enough
in my top.
I wasn't really a
matches in my
WCW guy. I
repertoire.
always was WWF or WWE.
Yeah.
Like RVD,
Yeah.
I actually saw in ECW when they got TV, and I saw him
Right.
through like WWE days, and he was by far my favorite wrestler
Mhm.
over Stone Cold, over The Rock, over
Mhm.
Jericho, over Undertaker during the time he was there against all those guys. To me, I
Boom!
was
Shout out to Jay Barnacles in the chat. It's always
Sure.
HBK over Bret Hart for me. I agree with you.
Yeah, clearly
Was
not a
Owen Hart
Canadian.
as good as Bret Hart?
Owen
What's
Hart
that?
had the potential to be. I think his career was cut way too short. Owen Hart definitely had the potential to be. He wasn't as, I mean, he didn't have a chance to develop on the mic, really.
Yeah, I
He
think
was
they
on the
played him as
level
a
of The
joke
Rock.
character too much. I hated him as a kid because he was always like a
But
joke character to me.
It's because Bret Hart left. Before Bret Hart left, he was on the same level as The Rock, Austin, and Triple H. He feuded with all of them for the Intercontinental title. He beat Austin for the Intercontinental title. He was on the same path. Had he not A, broken Austin's neck, and B, passed or like had Bret Hart leave when he did, he would have been
Yeah.
on pace to be the next WWE champion, and we would be talking to him about him in the same light as we do The Rock, Triple H, everybody else. His life got ended too quick, too short, and he, Bret leaving just screwed everything up.
Yeah. R.I.P.
You know what I mean?
Owen Hart.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah,
But
rest in peace.
it's Taco Kid said Hornswoggle not getting a mention is criminal. You know what? The only reason I really didn't mention him is because it's Vince McMahon's son, and I think they had that type of bias towards him. So
The anonymous GM.
we gotta kind of sweep him under the ring. Oh yeah, that was bad. That was terrible.
that.
Come on.
You're hilarious. You're hilarious. That was great.
But Shane McMahon, y'all should have said Shane McMahon too. Shane McMahon
Oh.
was
We got 617 Beans saying Rock, Sting, Kenny Omega, and Scott Hall. That's the name we haven't
that's
heard.
an interesting mix there.
Oh, the
interesting mix.
bad guy.
Very interesting
What if I
mix.
said we take it from generations?
The generation. That could be for the next
One wrestler
podcast, I
from
think.
each
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Think
here all
about that
night.
and think, yeah, because I'm gonna take forever for that one. And we'll do a woman's what do you call it? Mount Rushmore.
Mount
too.
Rushmore.
You got to do
Yeah.
two separate categories for me because I have my fandom through the Attitude Era that's got nothing to do with in-ring ability,
Sable.
and then I have Terry Runnels, Sable, Dawn
Tori Wilson.
Marie, Tori Wilson, Stacy Keibler, all the whole mix, Mickey James, all that whole mix.
No Mae
that
Young?
through those years.
No Mae Young.
The
Mae Young was the most
classic.
entertaining. Come on, she gave birth to a
hand.
hand.
But
What
if
were
we're
they
going,
thinking?
I need two separate categories for that because then if we're going wrestling skills, then you're going to get mostly just the most recent wrestlers, right? You might throw in Alita or Trish Stratus in there, but
All right, y'all. At this
or
point, we
Mickey
just
James.
shooting it. What about
Right.
Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry? I think that was the best Mark Henry. Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry was better than the Hall of Pain. Look, Brian don't know nothing about Sexual Chocolate Mark Henry.
I have
love
to
the
pass
thing.
my brother. I don't want to know what.
I think after that comment, we should get to 30 likes because we're so
Yeah.
close.
Come on, y'all. Give us. Let's get 30 likes for Sexual Chocolate in it.
Yeah.
I
three
can't
more
believe-
likes.
What about
Sexual.
Big Vis- Y'all remember Viscera?
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. How can we forget?
Big Daddy
Big Daddy
B.
V.
Let's get some.
How
Let's
come-
get 30 likes for Big Daddy
Cause
V.
I know
How
who
come
Big
nobody
Daddy B is. I'm not
mentioned-
that young.
Shockmaster.
Jay
on the
Barnacle's
Rumble.
got us in ring list.
I always
Jay
used to
Barnacle's
try to
got
do
us
the
in
V.
ring list.
The shock.
Jay Barnacle's in-ring list. Just my
in-ring.
in-ring
Got Shawn
alone.
Michaels.
Shawn Michaels, Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, and AJ Styles. That's a good list.
That's
But the
pretty
Undertaker owns the
solid.
best match of all time, so I think we got to get him in there.
Yes.
What up, Goggy?
Are we doing the women still? Like, are we shooting on the top 4 women?
I
Doing
mean, I
the
don't know. If
women.
y'all want to shoot the women out this week, we can do it. But if y'all
Oh,
want to save
alright,
it for
so
next week, I'm
Save
down
it for
with
next
that
week.
too.
Then let's get up
I
out of
think,
here.
yeah, we're in the sweet
Yeah,
spot.
because Brian wants to say Kelly. But
You damn
somebody
right
go
she was
ahead
making my top 4. You are damn right.
Hello.
All right, somebody take us out. Who wants to do it?
All right, man. Let's get up
Take
out of
us
here,
out this
man.
week.
All right, y'all.
Let's do it.
Well, I appreciate y'all being here. We was here for over an hour and a half. If you guys stayed through the whole course, if you guys just tuned in, if you tuned in midway through, we appreciate you guys for supporting. Keep going. We'll keep going. We got some videos coming on the way as well for you guys to go on ahead and check out. And make sure to check out that new All Stars video that dropped today. Was that today, right? Between Kero and Kenny Bomb. Kero, I heard he whooped that ass, but Hey man, listen, I'm gonna make sure I
He had
catch
some
ya.
practice before it started, so y'all check it out. But just make sure you come back for part 2.
But yes, sir.
Lies.
But yes,
It's gonna
sir.
be
But
bad.
Rematch.
appreciate y'all. Well, I hope you guys have a very, very nice rest of your day, and we're gonna catch you guys.
Peace.
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 Peace.